Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Well, hi everyone and happy Friday. I hope that your week has been a spectacular one so far. I'm actually really excited because today, on the day I'm filming this, I'm actually filming this on Thursday. I'm going out to dinner with an old coworker who left the company that I work for a while ago because she's actually going to be utilizing her college degree, which is fantastic for her. And the manager, who I have mentioned, was unceremoniously fired not that long ago. And so I'm going to have dinner with them tonight, and I'm so glad because I miss them so much. So this is shaping up to be an excellent end of the week for me, and I hope that yours has been fabulous also, even if it's just relaxing and being a homebody, because that's actually much more my speed. When I was younger, I used to like to go out and like do things all the time, and now I'm much more of a curl up in my favorite chair kind of person and just like lay low at home. So leave me a comment down below. Tell me which kind of person you are. But yeah, anyways, we are here with yet another weekly check-in. And for those of you who might be new to my channel, the weekly check-in is the video that I do where we track our expenses that are not cash from the last week. So I just go over all of the debit or online purchases with you guys. We do a little bit of a catch up actually, because it's like hey, this is what I spent and this is why, and this is what's going on with my life right now. And so it's actually a really fun video for me to film, and I love reading the comments from you guys on these videos. So what we're gonna do is zoom you guys in to my expense tracking sheet, and then we'll get started with the check-in. All right, so I have my expense tracking sheet here. For those of you who may not know, I sell these in my Etsy shop, which is always linked below. It is available as a singular document, meaning you can just download my expense tracker. You can print them over and over and over again. I have it available in a US letter and A5 sizes, but it's also part of my larger budget planner as well, where here, actually just, if I can like pull it out and show it to you guys. I'll move my candle for a second. My budget planner is in my shop as a printable digital download, and then I also have it available in an annual note, like PDF document that you can upload to a notes app in whatever tablet you have. And so, but with the printable one, it's a month's worth of pages that you can continue to print over and over again, everything that you'll need for a month of budgeting. So like I mentioned, this stuff is in my Etsy shop and it's linked below if you're interested. But let me go ahead and bring my candle back into frame here because I love like the flickering light of a candle. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right into our expense tracking. I've covered the below stuff just because I'm not trying to keep it a secret, but just because it kind of helps when, you know, you've got a page full of expenses. So first step was on the 11th of October, and it was a Target purchase. And this came from grocery, and this was actually coffee that I was buying from the Starbucks inside of Target. Because as I've mentioned on my channel, like a gazillion times, I make my own cold brew. And so I have them grind the beans for me because cold brew has to be done at like a coarse grind. The beans have to be coarse ground. And so I buy it and have them grind them up for me and then bring it home and make my own cold brew. And so the total purchase was $9.48, but I'm returning $10 to the bank. If you happen to be new to my channel, this is just how we do it in our house. And so the change overage, my husband tracks, and that way we kind of, you know how much change we've always, like extra change we've got going on, and we just put it in like a miscellaneous or buffer category. And then eventually it just kind of all will add up and we can use it on like a random miscellaneous purchase here or there. So that's always really nice as well. And then next up on the 13th, we had another Target purchase, and it was $40.18. And I've got lines through the category and balance sections because it breaks down into multiple categories, and this is how I do that. So first up, $11 of it was grocery, and so I will be returning $11 to the bank. Next up, I literally don't even know what this was. It was something that I bought, and actually it was $19.18, but I'm only returning $9 back to the bank because we used some miscellaneous funds. Oh, I know what this was. I purchased, because my manager was fired, I am taking on a little bit more of her responsibilities, and I wanted to buy myself like a planner, just like a little planner that I could keep in my work bag and write down important notes and keep track of important dates and things like that at work. And so my husband and I discussed that because it was something work related, we didn't really think that it was fair that the total purchase came from my spending envelope. And so what we did was we split it between our miscellaneous, buffer coin jar that we keep in our checking account. And then $9 is what I'm returning from my envelope to kind of cover the cost of that as well. Next up was, I don't even remember why work food is in this. Oh, I think we pulled some from work food too to cover the cost of the planner that I bought for work. I mean, we're playing it fast and loose with work food there, but it still works. And so it's $10, and I'll be returning $10 to the bank. Next up on the 16th, I went to that little plant nursery that's near me that I love so much, that has also like a home goods store on the property too. So they have a plant nursery, a little coffee shop, and like a home goods store all in one. And I found a couple of things for my mother-in-law for Christmas. And so the total came to $25.98. So I'll be returning $26 to the bank for that. I got her this really beautiful crocheted, what's it called? Like a hot pad, like a crocheted hot pad. And then I got her, I think like towels that match it or something, kitchen towels that match it. So I thought it was fun. Next up was on the 16th, and it was a purchase from Albertsons, and it's coming from our miscellaneous category because I purchased some paper towels for us at work. And you'll notice I have a line through here. I'm not going to be paying this back to the bank because this is going to happen now from time to time, again, as I take on more responsibility at work. That used to be my manager's. So I had to purchase some paper towels, like I said, I think I said that, paper towels for my work. And so I'm going to just expense this at the end of the month because they're going to track how many miles I drive for them. So I'll get paid for that. And then whenever I make little purchases like this, they're going to expense it back to me in my paycheck. So we're still sorting out the details of that. The increase in my pay is also part of this discussion that we have to have, And I'm being brave and making sure that I articulate what I feel like I'm worth. This is something that I feel like a lot of women struggle with, this actually, is asking for pay that reflects your responsibilities and your value on the job. And I've already had the conversation that I expect to be getting compensated more than what I am for the job that I'm now doing. But coming up with a number and not being afraid to present that to them is something that I'm still struggling with. So you'll have to let me know if you guys are in that same boat, or if you're brave enough to just ask for what you feel like you're worth. Please tell us how you do that. Anyways, that's not going to be going back to the bank because it's going to be expensed back to us at the end of the month, or in a paycheck at some point, I guess. Next up is on the 18th, and we actually wrote this one down before a different expense that happened before it, so it's a little out of order, but it's fine. It's at a place, it's at a waxing place. I've only ever seen them in Texas, but they're all over Texas. And it's called the Pretty Kitty. I went for a wax, and so this is coming from my envelope, and it was $84, including the tip. And so I will be returning $84 to the bank. And then next up is another purchase from me, also on the 18th. This one is from Airbnb. I'm actually going to be having a little, we're going to call it a Veda respite weekend. And so it's just, I need a little bit of like downtime and unwind time every now and then. And my husband is gracious enough to make sure that I get that. So I'm going to be going away, and this is what the cost of the Airbnb was for me. And so it's $85.23. Well, I split the payment. This isn't the total cost of the Airbnb, but I split up the payment, and this is what is remaining. And so I'm going to be taking $86 back to the bank for that one. Next up, the long-awaited union dues expense. We've been saving up for this one for, I think about midway through the summer, we realized that my husband has this expense that comes up in October where he has to pay union dues. And we had to like quickly scramble and save for them. So create a sinking fund for it. So they finally hit. So it was $178. I'll be returning $178 to the bank. And now moving forward, we'll only need to put aside the amount of money per month that divides up across a year. Because we've been like doubling and tripling this one up because we hadn't been saving for it since we started cash stuffing at the beginning of the year. We've got a lot of Target today, y'all. So another Target purchase. This was from my grocery shopping last week. It just hit after I did my last weekly check-in. This is from my grocery shopping this week, and it actually hit this week. So it was on the 19th, and it's at Target. It was $149 even, which is crazy. That almost never happens, but we split it up like this. So Christmas is 97 of it was from Christmas. We buy our kids, oh gosh, what are they called? Advent calendars. And so there were Lego Advent calendars that I've been looking at and considering for them for Christmas this year. And I walked past them this day and they were on sale. So I snagged them because Legos never go on sale. If they do, it's rare. And so both of the Advent calendars together added up. Oh, and a Christmas candle. I bought another Christmas candle. I couldn't not though. I went back and I got that balsam and berry. And so I'm putting it under the Christmas category because we're just going to put it under like miscellaneous, like Christmas decor. But the total from Christmas is going to be $97, and I'll be returning $97 to the bank. 47 of it was grocery. So I'll be returning 47 from grocery back to the bank. Oh, I got to scooch my paper up here. And then 5 of it was from Halloween because, okay, listen. You know how sometimes you're just like, man, I could really go for a Reese right now or a Snickers. And that was my husband and I. So we cracked open a bag of our Halloween candy, which is like, we're usually so much better about having Halloween candy in the house than that, but we just couldn't resist it. So fortunately, the Halloween candy is still on sale at Target. And so I replaced the bag that we opened with this one. And so it was $5. I mean, sometimes you just want a Reese's, you know? Like, and especially for me, so Reese's are my favorite candy of all time. Let me know what your favorite candy of all time is below. Snickers is a close second, but I'm such a Reese's girl. And the seasonal ones are my favorite because I prefer the peanut butter to chocolate ratio. Like I like that there's more peanut butter than chocolate. So let me know if you guys are the same or if you like just the regular old Reese cups that have more chocolate than peanut butter. I'm so curious to know. And I even have you guys are going to laugh at me. I even have a hierarchy of Reese's. So my favorite are the Reese's eggs that come out at Easter because it's mostly just peanut butter. And then I like the Halloween pumpkins. Well, actually probably more than that. I like the Valentine's Day hearts because there's very little interference with the peanut butter there. And then the pumpkins at Halloween. And then the trees at Christmas are my last. But I still prefer any of the seasonal ones to the regular Reese cups because, again, the peanut butter is just more in those than the other ones. Guys, I could go on all day about this, but I can't eat them because it destroys my skin. Like you can see, maybe you can't see, but it like flares up my eczema. And so my skin is now recovering from having had Reese's, whatever, like last weekend, I think it was. So I really can't do it very often because I would much rather have skin that is not angry than a Reese cup. So anyways, oh, we've got another Target purchase. We just is wild Target this past week. This one was $60.21 and 22 of it was home maintenance. I finally bought myself some new oven mitts because I was like, whatever I was pulling out of the oven was burning me because my other ones like had holes in them. So I definitely needed some new oven mitts. And so 22 of this was that. And then the rest of it was grocery, 38.21. And I'm going to be taking 39 back to the bank. Last up, oh my gosh, I'm going to rant, guys. I'm going to rant. So, I just bumped you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. So about a month and a half ago, I went to the eye doctor, and I'm not revealing the name because it's a very small practice near me. And I am virtually blind, so I need glasses and contacts in order to be able to see. And when I initially went to my appointment, they said that for contacts, the fitting for my contacts was not going to be covered. And so I had to pay for that out of pocket. Well, that ended up being not true. And they refunded us the money for the contact fitting because they said that our insurance covers the cost of the contacts, but we only get like a certain allowance for it. So in order to not cut into that allowance, I had to pay for the contact fitting out of pocket. Well, that ended up not being true. The fitting was paid for, but I only got a $125 credit toward my contacts, and I buy a year's supply at a time. And so I had to pay $95 out of pocket. I have a real problem with this from an ethical standpoint because I understand that certain things are not covered by insurance in their totality, and vision and dental are like one of those things that are really kind of finicky anyway. But I have a problem because I need glasses to see. Like I cannot see without my glasses. But there are a great many health issues that especially Americans experience that are self-inflicted. Like people who eat junk all the time and don't take care of themselves and are on a variety of different medications for this, that, and the other thing that are self-inflicted. Like I'm thinking like smokers and people who are significantly overweight and things like that. There are a lot of health things that come along with that, but that's self-inflicted. And I from what I understand, a good chunk of those things are covered by health insurance, but my contacts, which I literally cannot see without, I have to pay for partially. And it's like, you come to this point where you're like, I'm paying so much in premiums, every single month. What in the world am I paying for? I must never use insurance because we're hardly ever at the doctor. We're hardly ever sick. But here's something that I absolutely have a necessity for. Like I can't just walk around blind. I can't help that my vision is poor, you know? And I have to pay $95 out of pocket for my contacts. Anyway, that just bothered me because like I just think about like both of my grandparents on my dad's side were heavy smokers, and they had a variety of health issues that came along with that. And a lot of that stuff was covered by either like Medicare or Medicaid, and then their insurance that kind of supplemented it or whatever, so that everything was covered. And I'm like, okay, but you choose to smoke, you inflict that on yourself. But for me, I can't not wear glasses or contacts. This isn't self-inflicted. This just happened to me, you know? Anyway, I'm going to step down off of my soapbox, but I'm just curious if you guys feel the same way about certain things that you have to pay for at the doctor that maybe you're like, well, I can't help that. Like that should be covered. Things that are self-inflicted should not be covered. Anyway, I'm done ranting. So that covers our expenses for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys back out so that we can pull the cash for this stuff. Okay, so first up, what we're gonna do is add up all of these expenses so that we know how much cash we should have on hand at the end of this. I will zoom you guys through this. Nobody wants to watch me add up on a calculator. And then when we come back, we will get to the unstuffing of all of our cash binders here. So here we go. All right, so it's a big one this week. We should have $719 at the end of this, all of this unstuffing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a note of that. So 719 off here in the margin, and then we will just pop right into all of this unstuffing. So first up, I'm just gonna pop into grocery. And so it looks like I've got a couple grocery purchases here. So let me just add them up really quickly. So we've got 10, 11, 47, and 39. So that's $107 that I should have in grocery here. And I know that I'm shy on this one. So let me check. So 50, 70, 85, 95. So what we'll do is, let me go down to the last grocery and put a 0 there and check off all of the grocery. Because I'm just gonna go ahead and stuff it. So I said I had 95, so minus 95. I'm gonna stuff it $12 less next week. But I do need to do minus 12 here. So actually I should have 707 at the end instead of 719. Anyways, let me just go ahead and pop this up to the top here. 20, 10, and 5s. All right, and then I will go ahead and I gotta cross out grocery, because I don't need to put a balance on every single one of these grocery purchases because the balance, I have the balance on here on the very last grocery purchase. Oh, sticking with high priority sinking funds here. Hers isn't there. Work, food, miscellaneous. Union dues, I think, is in here. So I'm pulling 178. Oh, okay. So 150, 70, 80. So let me wait until we get some change to grab that so that I can just return the $2 that I'm gonna have left. So we'll come back to that one. Do I have anything else? Oh, home maintenance. Oh, 22 from home maintenance and 95 from medical. So let's see what we've got. Home maintenance, I need 22. Of course, I don't have ones in there. I might have to go into, I always say this, I need to go into low priority sinking funds. Oh, you know what else though? I can change out, because I have a ton of ones in household. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. See? It all works out, you guys. Where did I just say? Home maintenance. So I just needed 22 from there. So 22. And, oh no, 22. I am getting all wonky. Here we go. So left in home maintenance, I have 50, 60, 75, 76, 77, and 78 in home maintenance. Oops. So let's grab that. We have 78 left, and I crossed that off. And now I can go ahead and go into, what was it? Union dues for 178, because I'll be able to return the change. There we go. 150, 70, 80. And I will pull $2 back. And that $2 is going to get us for next year. So there we go. $2 left in union dues. All right. We love a rollover from one year to the next. So union dues, here we go. We've got $2 left and we paid that one. And now I need to go into medical and grab 95. now that I'm done crying about it. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'll just pull 5 back. And now in medical, we have 10, 25, 35, 36, and 37. So we definitely need to just work on beefing this one up again. Medical, so we've got 37 left. And that one's that. And I think that finishes us off for high priority sinking funds, because everything else is just going to be low priority and holiday, I think. Yep. All right. So let's pop into, let's just do hers because it's mostly me. So we've got, let's see, 9, 84, and 86. And I think that's it. So it's going to be 179. So I've already decided what I'm going to do actually is deplete my lash lift envelope, because I still have 4 lash lifts left. Anyway, the math is going to work out. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So minus 22. So I will need to pull 157 for my regular spending. So 150, 5, 6, and 7, that janky one. And so now in my spending, I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 89 left in my spending. I'm just going to make sure. So 89, we'll cross that one out. And this, whoops, is really, there we go. So paid that back and paid that back. Oh my goodness. This is, okay, there we go. I need this pen to not give out on me. So 84, 86, 84, 86, and 9. I should have a 179 here between these 2 stashes that I pulled out of. So 150, I'm just trying to put my money in order so I can count it. So here we go. 150, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 179 from my envelopes. All right. Yeah, so basically the reason why I depleted lash lift was because I bought a lash lift kit, and there are 5 lash lift sessions available within the kit that I bought, and it costs like $40 to buy a new kit, but you get a lash lift like every 6 to 8 weeks. Is that what I've said before? I think so. Every 6 weeks. I think it's every 6 weeks. Anyway, I had more than enough money in here, and I will have more than enough time to save up for another lash lift kit. And I wanted to use some of that money for my little trip away anyway. So that was why I decided what I decided. We're just going to roll with it. Next up here, oh, let's grab the $10 from Work Food. Dine Out, Work Food. Here we go. And that one is emptied. There it is. And so we've got 0 left in there. And let me just check my other low priority sinking funds. Hers empty. Halloween. Oh, is that it? That's it. So now we just have holiday sinking funds. And we're pulling from Christmas. First, let's do that. So it should be 26 and then 97. So that's $123. Oh, opened right to Christmas. All right. We still have 2,000 in the bank. So I'm just going to have to do the 50 here. So So I need to pull 27 back from here. So 25, 26, and 27. This is just, you know, we're entering the season where you start doing a little bit of Christmas shopping here and there when you're out and you see stuff and you think it's going to like work for somebody in your life. And that's certainly, you know, what happened this day when I saw that stuff from my mother-in-law. So let me put that 150 in there. And so now we've still got 2,000 in the bank, and then 100, 20, 30, 5, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what did I just say? 145. So 2,145. And these are available in my shop, by the way. Not this style anymore, but this style. So the placeholders. 2,145. Is that what I said? Guys. 1, 20, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 2,145. But that's fun. I love, like, it's been so nice to spend money knowing that we have it there and available. Like, I can't tell you the relief of just budgeting this way. It really makes all the difference in the world. Setting this money aside for stuff. We used to just put this on our credit card. Not even kidding. So, like, knowing it's here and spending it appropriately is just the best way we've ever budgeted. I want everybody to do it this way. Okay. And then last up is going to be Halloween, and it's just, we're pulling 5. Perfect. So now we have 20, 31 left. And Halloween. So I'm gonna write that down. All right, so I think that's it. So all we've got to do now is give this cash account and hope and pray that I have $707 here to be returned to the bank. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 500, 50, 600, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, 700, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did it. $707. Going back to the bank from debit and online purchases from this week. That is so fantastically exciting and thrilling. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly check-in and this little catch-up from the past week. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you did. And I will see you guys on Monday with another week, not a weekly check-in, another cash stuffing. And I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, whatever it is that you do. And I'll see you guys Monday. Bye, everyone.